All right, guys, it's springtime, crappie season here in the USA. This is something you can do just about everywhere. Now, I called the slab daddy himself and said, Eric, listen, I know you're busy. I know you got guide trips twice a day, every day, but I need to go out with you for a couple hours. People have been asking for your videos, so that's what we're doing. And he's doing what he does in the spring.
We're looking for some slabs.
Looking for some slabs, and you know what? Everybody knows that Eric is a single pole kind of dude. But this time of year, only for about a month, maybe a little bit longer, he's using one of these long rods. And why is that?
Just this time in the spring, a lot of times, you know, it depends on where you're fishing. The water's really muddy. These fish are real, you know, full of eggs, pregnant. They don't feel real good. A lot of times they're not real active, so you have to hold the bait on their nose. And when you have to do that, you know, casting to them is really not an option. If they're not active enough to turn, you can't catch them casting. So, you know, for this a month or so out of the year here, early spring, we'll take these long poles, and it's still a single pole. It's just a long pole, and we'll use a 14 to 16 foot pole and just kind of put the bait right on these fish's nose and hold it there. Sometimes you have to hold it for a minute, I mean, before they, you know, react to it. But you can usually bug them enough to get them to eat, and that's kind of what we're doing today.
So one thing you got to remember, today is one of those days you guys can hear the wind. You see that I'm wearing a beanie, I'm wearing a parka down right now. It's because a cold front just came through, which made things a little bit tougher. Eric is going to show us in the spring what to do when conditions change on a dime like this. Let's see what happens here.
Looking at it.
Boom!
Oh, yeah. First one of the day. I love it when they're shallow like that.
Woo.
The fish is like, I don't know, maybe a foot under the surface of the water, and I saw him up top and thought it was a fish, and yet it was.
Look, that thing must have had a bowl of McAllister's chili like you did. Look at the gut on that thing.
Hey, that fish got a gut just like mine, but smaller. Come on, baby. Come on, boy. He saw it. There he is. A big one. Man, he busted it. Keep her. She's in there sitting. She may have done laid. Yeah, she might have laid some eggs out already. Oh, early bloomer. Oh, what a fish. Look at that big old joker there, bud. Come on.
Oh my God.
Oh.
What the?
That's what we came for right there, buddy.
Oh
Good
my
gracious
God.
alive. Did you see that? My God, we're going to weigh that one. She's pushing. That is a large one, folks. Mouth to the tongue. 16.5 inches long, guys. Look at the belly on that fish right there. I mean, that is a just absolute monster fish.
Whew.
God almighty.
Let me see. 2.99? No!
One freaking 100th off a 3-pounder.
I told him, all I want is a 3-pounder today. And this is 2.99. So,
hey,
I mean.
Hey, they weigh what they weigh. I could have said that fish was with
just
3,
show us that fish again.
Look at that, man.
My God.
Unbelievable. That's
Donkey.
Springtime fishing right there, baby.
Wow.
Look at that gut. Woo. Man, there's a few little balls on here.
Well, you're lucky that I'm your holder for the day.
No doubt. The wind's blowing so hard, I'm scared it's gonna blow the container over. We're gonna put a couple of them on there.
Today is a shad day, and I only know that because
give it a little bit of color. I mean, you can see the bright colors we're using. That adds a little bit of pink and some scent to it. So, you know, we'll try anything. But
dirty water.
Yeah, we're gonna put some scent on that jig today. We've had a couple fish come up and look at it and not take it, so we're gonna try them out and see.
We're trying to catch a 3-pounder. Okay, we got a 2.99, but Eric told me that's not 3. I said, man, why don't we just put some water in its mouth or something, or whatever those walleye guys do, right?
Hey,
and it'll be 3.
There's a lot of guys around the country that do that, but if that scale doesn't say 3 pounds, it's not a 3-pounder.
Yeah, we did not get a 3 so far. We got a 2.99, but first of all, low pressure system. We've got dirty water. You need to do anything you can to get a bite. And scent sometimes really makes a difference, like it's doing right now. That's why I'm here filming. And Big Daddy here, the slab daddy himself, is gonna try to find a 3. Another good one. Another good one.
Come on, man, baby. Oh, right in Schaefer's jacket.
Oh my God.
I done knocked Shafe out with a fish, y'all. That was a nice one there now. Look at that fish.
You could knock somebody out with
He's
that one.
not a 299, but he's nice. That's a 2-pound fish, no doubt. That's a great fish. Hey, that's how you sail one right there, baby. That's what we call bringing it home. You see that joker jump? Oh, just sitting there floating. We use a couple rods today. This is the main rod we use. I used a Ghost. This is a Huckabee rod. I use a couple different types of rods. This is a 15-foot Ghost by Huckabee, Power Crappie. Same deal, kind of a Carolina rig, 1/2 ounce weight. The bait we use today, I'll show it to you. This is a Grenada Lake Tackle Company head on a muddy water bait. I think that's Cajun Cricket muddy water. Everybody knows muddy water. They make great baits. They're garlic scented. We add scent to them, you know, for extra scent. But we used Crappie fire gel today to add some extra scent to those baits. And we also used some Crappie fireballs today. I got them in here somewhere. Here they are. We used pink today, and on the video you'll see we added some of those to give it a little color and some extra scent. But had a pretty good day. These heads, that's what I was going to show you about these heads. The reason I like these heads so much is it's a Minnow head design, and I like the way it falls in the water. But also, I'm going to take this jig off, and it's hard. See how hard it is to pull that jig? It almost rips them when you pull it off, and that's how you want it. But Patrick Stone and I designed these heads. They got a double offset barb on them, and it's a good barb. So when you push your jig up on that head, we'll put this jig up on here. When I push my jig up on the head, that barb just sticks, and you can push down on both sides. That jig is not coming off, so you don't have to sit there and play, you know, keep pushing your jig back up after every fish. And you'll see on the video that made a big difference. A couple times today we caught a fish and I saw another one immediately, and you ain't got time to be sitting there pushing your jig back up. But K9 30-pound braid is the line that we use today with that Huckabee rod. We also used a Dobbins rod, a 14-foot Dobbins long pole today. But that's pretty much what we used to catch these slabs today, and we busted old 299, almost a 3, but we didn't quite get there. Oh baby, look at that little baby. Hey, they can't all be big. I didn't think it was a big one on the stream. They can't all be big, I told y'all. They can all be fun. Oh, got him. Oh yeah, a little keeper. Come on in here. Chunk right there, boy. In the words of my buddy in Georgia, chunky monkey, baby. Look at that, boys.
Today's episode of Pautzke Outdoors comes to you from crappie country, where it's springtime, and we're out here looking to catch a 3-pound crappie. As you guys can see, we got close. We got 2.99 officially on the scale. Didn't make it to 3, but you know what? I'd say that's a pretty good feed here. Now, you'll see a lot of things happening today. You know, you'll see Eric and I going out and hunting different areas looking for big fish, and we actually found a couple of them. Now, you're also going to see footage from the drone here of other anglers that are actually waiting. They're on the shoreline wading through the creeks and areas that our boats can't get to. It's springtime and people have crappie fever, which is what we're doing today. Now you'll see that all of our fish today came on normal jigs. You've seen Eric use them dozens upon dozens of times filming with us all over the southeast. Today he focused on this one jig from muddy water, and we did two things. Half the time he put shad, that's the pink crappie fireballs, and the whole time he had crappie fire gel. Why? Because if you dip it in there, you can come back an hour later and still smell it. Pretty simple. Do what Eric did today, and you too could have a great time chasing crappie here during the spring. Now, one thing we wanted to address really quickly is, in the last couple years, we've been getting peppered with questions. Why can't I find crappie fireballs? Folks, we got news for you. Every single Walmart in the southeast and in the Midwest and in the central part of the country carries it, as well as every Bass Pro and Cabela's pretty much in the country. The same can be said for Sportsman's Warehouse. If there's crappie in your area, these retailers have it. Now, we get a lot of questions about Academy. Sorry, folks, we've called them for 5 years now and have not received a phone call back. It's very frustrating. We know they're big in the crappie world too, but we're continuing to try to get them placed, as well as in farm and ranch stores across America. That will be next. We're trying. And right now, anywhere that's a tackle shop or any website, including our website, will be able to get these items for you. Now, Fire Gel, we don't have as good of an answer for you. Sportsman's Warehouse carries it everywhere in the country. Bass Pro and Cabela's carry limited flavors everywhere in the country. And of course, Walmart does not. We're hoping to change that in the future. Do not go to Academy. They do not carry any of these products. Your best bet is to head to a place like Pautzke.com or any other website or tackle shop in America, and they can get you Fire Gel. Pautzke products are available at sporting goods stores near you. If you can't find the specific color, size that you want, make sure to go to Pautzke.com. And as a thank you for watching Pautzke Outdoors, we're going to show you a coupon code to be used for 10% off your next order.